Good morning, Little Masters, and welcome back to today's Tolkien Times. I'm the Man of the West, also from the Prancing Pony podcast. Join me as we continue this special week of the TTT, celebrating the holidays in the letters from Father Christmas. Now, for Christmas of 1923, John received his letter from Father Christmas at a new address, 11 St. Mark's Terrace, Woodhouse Lane, Leeds. By this time, more than 2 years into his position at Leeds University, Professor Tolkien had been able to finally obtain housing for his family, so he wasn't having to go back to Oxford every weekend. The letter reads, "My dear John, it is very cold today. My hand is very shaky. I am 7 years old on Christmas Day, lots older than your great-grandfather, so I can't stop the pen wobbling. But I hear that you are getting so good at reading that I expect you will be able to read my letter. I send you lots of love, and lots for Michael, too. And lots bricks, too, which are called that because there are lots more for you to have next year if you let me know in good time. I think they are prettier and stronger and tidier than pick-a-bricks, so I hope you will like them. Now I must go. It is a lovely fine night, and I have got hundreds of miles to go before morning. There is such a lot to do. A cold kiss from Father Nicholas Christmas." Now, there are a couple of things I want to talk about in this letter. First, the idea of the age of Father Christmas. The year is 1923, but Father Christmas here is claiming to be 1927 years old, so born in 4 BC. But in Tolkien's 1925 letter, he says he's 1925 years old, so born in 1 BC. There was no year 0. The end of year 1 BC rolls into the beginning of the year 1 AD. Now, I've tried looking into this apparent discrepancy, but I couldn't find anything on it in the letters or any of the text surrounding them. What I can say, though, is that many biblical scholars actually point to 4 BC as a likely year of the birth of Jesus, and that's a possible connection here for Tolkien. St. Nicholas, of course, for whom St. Nick is based on and Santa Claus is based on, he came along much later, 270 to 343 AD, so Tolkien is clearly not connecting Father Christmas to Old St. Nick. But as a Lego fan, I'm more interested in this lots bricks versus pick-a-bricks argument. So, you see, Lott's bricks were made by English manufacturer E.A. Lott, who started making his artificial stone bricks in a toy factory in Watford, England in 1918, selling modern and Tudor building sets that first year. Now, previously, the market for these things had been dominated by anchor blocks made by a German company. But with the outbreak of World War I, those weren't available in England anymore, and Lott filled the gap. Pick-a-bricks, on the other hand, were being made by another English company, Thornton Pickard Manufacturing Company Limited, based in Altrincham. Now, they weren't a toy company like Lott's. In fact, they were far more well known for their cameras. And the difference was that pick-a-bricks weren't artificial stone bricks. They were wooden pieces with holes throughout, and the pieces would then be held together by wooden dowels to build a kit. Interesting stuff, and if you look them up, please, if you're interested, you'll find some very interesting information on both of those toy sets. Now, briefly, 1924 is also worth a mention. Both Michael and John received their own individual letters that Christmas. Christopher was barely a month old, having been born November 21st that year, so he didn't get one. Both letters were similarly brief. John's read, "Hope you have a happy Christmas. Only time for a short letter. My sleigh is waiting. Lots of new stockings to fill this year. Hope you will like station and things." Michael's was similarly succinct. "I'm very busy this year. No time for letter. Lots of love. Hope the engine goes well. Take care of it." I'm imagining a train set shared between them, perhaps. They were apparently model railroad enthusiasts, and so a station and an engine would certainly suggest that. But both of them also received postscripts to their letters. Now, I'll just read John's, as Michael's was virtually the same.
"P.S. Father Christmas was in great hurry. Told me to put in one of his magic wishing crackers. As you pull, wish, and see if it doesn't come true. Excuse thick writing, I have a fat paw. I helped Father Christmas with his packing. I live with him. I am the great polar bear."
Now, in both cases, we see a new handwriting. Instead of the shaky cursive letters of Father Christmas, we're treated to heavy-handed writing in block letters, the familiar hand of North Polar Bear, although he wouldn't be called that until 1925's letter. Now, folks, that wraps it up for today in the letters from Father Christmas. But join me again tomorrow for that 1925 letter in which Father Christmas begins to really weave his stories. Learn how you can support the TTT by visiting patreon.com/Tolkien Times. You can become part of my content council, join me for a hangout every month, and get a full bonus episode every single week. If you're watching this on YouTube, please take a moment to like and subscribe. It really does help. And follow or subscribe in your podcast apps, and follow @Tolkien Times on social media. Finally, as Faramir says, go with the goodwill of all good men.